Hello, my name is Mark Vaessen. I'm the chair of KPMG's Global Topic Team on Corporate and Sustainability Reporting. 2023 is going to be really an important year because we will see a number of the sustainability reporting standards being finalized. So this is really the year for companies to get ready and to anticipate these standards and to start actually with your project. Now, in the ISSB board meeting of this month, the board was really looking at how can we make these standards as operational as possible. And in order to do so, they also looked at what concepts do we already have in the IFRS accounting standards that we may actually lift and bring into the sustainability reporting standards as well. And the other area I'm going to highlight is what they decided on scenario analysis and how you determine the financial effects of sustainability risks and opportunities. So this is all about how can we make the standards as practical as possible and how can we actually introduce some scalability. And I'm going to highlight three concepts that they're lifting from the accounting standards. The first one is with respect to forward-looking information, information that needs a lot of estimation. So how far do you need to go in your search for getting the information ready? And the board says it will be limited by a concept that they call reasonable and supportable information that you can get without undue cost or effort. And that's a concept that's already tried and tested because it's also included in IFRS 9 on financial instruments and on IFRS 17 on insurance contracts. The second concept that they're lifting is about sensitivity. You know that in IAS 37 on provisions, there is already an exemption that says that if a company has a court case and disclosing the court case would actually seriously prejudice the outcome of it, you wouldn't have to disclose it. And then they're going to do something similar for sustainability reporting by saying that if you have certain opportunities and disclosing this commercial opportunity would be commercially sensitive and therefore impact on the opportunity itself, then you would not be required to disclose the opportunity. But you could use an exemption, but you would have to say that you have used the exemption. The exemption does not apply to sustainability risks that you have identified, so only to opportunities. And then the third concept that they are lifting from the accounting standards is what we have in IAS 1 on the requirement to disclose the significant judgments that the company has made in determining what significant estimates they had to make. So again, that's very important because it will actually help investors to judge for themselves whether they think what the company has done is reasonable in terms of their significant judgments. I mentioned in the November update that we did that the board at the time had already decided that scenario analysis should be part of the standard S2. So it's going to be a requirement, but the board also acknowledges that scenario analysis can be difficult and can be complex. And therefore they also want to make that scalable. And the amount of information that you would need to give under scenario analysis would therefore depend on, for example, the exposure that you have to climate risks, but also the resources and the skills that you have available. And again, the information that you provide, would be subject to the concept of reasonable and supportable information. And it can range for more simple situations to just a narrative disclosure, all the way up to a full quantitative analysis in various scenarios. The final area is around financial effects of sustainability risks and opportunities. So the board discussed how far do you need to go in terms of giving the financial effects and gathering that information. And again, this will be subject to the concept of reasonable and supportable information. So this is my summary of the ISSB's board meeting of January. There's a lot that I covered and you can read more in our resource center where we have articles on this. The board will finish its discussion on S1 and S2 in February and then hope to get the final standards out by June. So keep watching this space Thank you for your attention for now, and I hope to see you at one of our next videos. Thank you.